everybody, and I'd just like to say a big thank you to Rural Women for making these awards possible and keeping them going year on year, and recognising the amazing abilities and entrepreneurship and innovation that's going on out in the rural industry by our women. I'd also like to congratulate you on your 90th conference. One of my roles is the President for Taranaki Federated Farmers, and last year we celebrated our 50th conference, and I know what a huge milestone that is for an organisation to get that far and to keep sustainably going forward. I'd also like to thank Ericon for this award and for sponsoring it. And when I read through the brief on Kerry's business, I thought there were a few synergies there with what on-farm safety's been through. So a little bit about me. I grew up in Wongamomina in eastern Taranaki, and in 1984 I went against my father's wishes and decided that I didn't want to be a nurse or a teacher, and I went to Flock House. I trained as a shepherd, and in my time whistling dogs and picking up a handpiece, it set me up for what has become a very sustainable farm business with my husband Phil and Ethan, who make up the support team of the men, and our two beautiful daughters who are very much involved in our farm business and very much in the agricultural industry. We now own the equivalent of 700 cows, dairy cows in Taranaki, and it has been a long business growth and a hard-fought 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business development, of which we are very proud. In my role in Taranaki Federated Farmers, and also as a trustee for the Taranaki Rural Support Trust, about 5 years ago, I started to get a wind of the health and safety legislation that was coming at us like a steam train. It was a fast-moving beast that our industry couldn't quite get its head around, and we were being portrayed as people who were out there not caring about their employees and rapidly killing off or injuring our workers at a great rate of knots. I had involvement with training organisations and also at a national level with New Zealand Young Farmers running the New Zealand Agri-Kids program. And in my workings with the farmers around the country, the category title of this award, Help I Need Somebody, fits perfectly into what farmers were asking of me in my background in training, the industry and basic health and safety training. So what started out as being just myself helping farmers to put in workable, practical health and safety systems that worked for them, whether they be owners, a governance, a board, managers or staff, has turned into, in 3 years, a very fast-growing, sustainable brand on Farm Safety New Zealand that now employs 13 people around New Zealand. The people we've brought into the team, or more should I say, the people who have come to us and asked us to be a part of what we have started, are all farming themselves, and that is our strength. Our consultants, whether they're full-time or contractors, are industry savvy. They're all farming. They can all get a dirty pair of gumboots or work boots out of the back of the ute and talk farming with their farming clients. And that carries a massive amount of weight. As many farmers say to us, don't send me one of those shiny shoe people up my driveway and get them to tell me how to do health and safety. So it's been a huge pleasure and privilege to be able to grow a business and bring people from within our industry into this business who know farming really well, who are passionate about our industry not being portrayed in such a poor light that we are the worst as far as statistics go in our workplaces, and who have ability to bring in a little bit more income, be part of a growing, exciting team around the country, and set our industry up as industry leaders in the health and safety space, not being pushed into the corner as the regulator at the moment would have us, or how it would come across. What's the future for on-farm safety New Zealand? We've just been through a big strategy review. We've grown very quickly. It's been a huge learning curve for Phil and I. We see ourselves now as being one of New Zealand's, or the New Zealand leading specialist in the health and safety field. Why? Because we've got a great team. Why? Because we know the legislation and we know where it's going and we know how to apply it to our industry. The future for on-farm safety is looking really good. It's been a month of accolades for us. Recently, I was also nominated as a Woman of Influence in the Westpac rural category. And also we've done quite well in our local awards, in the TSB Chamber of Commerce Awards, where we won the Innovation Entrepreneur Award and we got a highly commended for our service to the industry award. We're very proud to be able to keep our business Taranaki based. Why? Because there are some brilliant skills and support and an advisory and mentor, and we're finding all the skills we need to help grow our business right in Taranaki, and we want to keep it that way. So the future for on-farm safety looks really good. Health and safety is something as an industry we need to lead on, not be pushed into a corner by. And I think we have that ability to do that and set up industry standards that work for us practically and work for us individually on each of our farms. So thank you again for this award.